Hi, it's Anna with Full Power Yoga. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about smoking DMT. So I first heard about smoking DMT back when, actually after the first time I took ayahuasca, which was in Cerermony, and I did a video about that. So DMT is inside your body, it's created in your body, it's accredited with the out-of-body experience, the near-death experience, seeing the light, all of that. Most mammals have it. Most living organisms have it already in our bodies. It's part of the potency of ayahuasca, but the main difference with DMT is that, well, you don't ingest it, you smoke it, and you immediately, like boom, you drop into outer space immediately. And it's very short-lived. It's between about 10 and 20 minutes. And it can be a little bit like dreamlike, like a little bit like trying to catch sand after trying to remember what's happened. So, in a way, it works with our modern times because you smoke it, you get the effects, it's quick, you don't puke, you're not going to crap yourself, you don't need a long ceremony overnight. You can kind of do it anywhere. So I see the appeal on that end, but although I was open to smoking DMT, I was a little bit hesitant because the people I know who'd done it had done it in a situation where they were doing it like drugs. They were just wanting to get high. And I don't really have an interest in getting high. In fact, anytime I've ever been high, I usually hate the feeling. I hate feeling out of control. I hate feeling like I'm on drugs. I've had moments in peyote ceremonies and ayahuasca ceremonies where I felt kind of cracky. Like it's, the sun's coming up and you've been blowing rails all night and you're starting to regret your life. And I don't like that feeling, and I'm not trying to chase that feeling, but my dog did pass away a couple months ago, and the grief's been heavier than even people who've lost dogs have told me it was for them. And I don't know if I'm a bigger pussy or what it is, but it's been really hard, and it's been hard for months. And I was kind of thinking that maybe this would give me some relief or some closure. I've heard of people seeing deceased loved ones in ceremony, and I was open to that. And I also, coming home from living in the woods off-grid where I was able to eat local food and know my food source, living back in the city, I have been really sick physically, but also really angry inside living here, and I was hoping I could relieve that. So, strangely enough, I got a great opportunity to do a DMT ceremony with a neo-shaman named BStar here in Toronto. And it's quite a long process. You have to take meat and milk and breads and sugar, caffeine out of your diet leading up to it. You fast for the day of. You write down your intention and bring it with you. You meditate leading up to it. You really prepare for it. You get in the zone. When you get there with her, she talks to you a little bit first about why you're there, what your intention is. Then you lie on the floor, and she does some smudging, and she did a chakra reading on me, and there was music involved. She did some sort of Native American shamanistic inspired type drumming and smudging, and then we did some breathing technique together, and I was really zoned in and I had really shut out everything in the city and was really focused. And then I said my intention, and then I smoked DMT out of a glass pipe, and it totally felt like crack. I was a little bit nervous, and I'm really glad for B that she was there, because I would have backed out of it for sure. It just felt too much like crack for me. If I'd been handed something like this at a party or an outdoor event, I would have never done it, not in a million years. I also she had walked me through that when I smoked a few times, I would get high, but that, she was going to try and keep my focus so that I could get more in me so that we could, do some of the healing I wanted to do and go a little deeper. And I'm really glad she was there, because after even 2 rounds, at first I felt really relaxed. And then it was like, I needed her to help me hold the pipe. I was like totally turned around. I didn't know which way was up or down. By the 4th time, and things were turning into molecules and breaking apart. It got very bright. I had these Alex Gray a blackout mask that I put on, and that was really good. I'm glad I didn't have my eyes open. And I just, I saw a lot of patterns and colors, but right off the bat, I knew that those things, that was surface stuff, I wasn't interested in looking at pretty patterns like a kaleidoscope. It didn't do anything for me. But then I felt my dog actually walk behind me. I could feel her body. And, wow, I can't believe how powerful it still is, but I really cried a lot, and it hurt. It was really heartbreaking to feel her around me and feel her presence in the room. But even though it was really painful, it was also really good. Of course it felt good to see her again. So that distracted me a little bit, feeling Slayer in the room. And then B recorded, she asked me questions right after, once I took the mask off, and she recorded what I said, so that I could have something to look back on in case it was foggy later, which I thought was really great. So the first time it was really for me just to get a feeling for it. And it was like going through the tumble dryer. Nothing is like it at all. I couldn't find my own feet. I wasn't sure if I was suspended in air. It was scary a little bit to lose that much control in the beginning. But then when I smoked a second time, I was a lot more prepared, and I got some really obvious downloads. She played some incredible music in the background. We did some crystal chakra healing with these incredible big crystal bowls that are meant to vibrate the sound of each individual chakra and really cleanse them. And, I was really thankful for her, and we had a lovely chat at the end. And it was an afternoon. This was like quite a long commitment, and I'm really glad I tried it. I think that setting really matters. I think that being in a place where you feel comfortable and safe and with someone who's going to be your designated driver, and yeah, it was beautiful. It was worth every minute just to get 10 seconds with Slayer, just to feel her there. And the feeling I got after, at the actual, ceremony, you want to call it, it didn't feel so profound, but leaving, I felt elated. I felt like I'd shrugged off a layer of self-doubt and self-loathing I was carrying around in the city. It's been a lot easier to see the positive in all the negative here. And I've been able to feel Slayer's presence a few times since, which has been really nice. And also, I cried a lot. I cried a lot about Slayer that day in the ceremony, but I woke up the next day, I cried almost all day about it, on and off, thinking about her. But something really released in me, like some part of that grief, some layer of that, let go. And with it, also this layer of sort of anger that I had, I'm eating apples from Argentina that say that they're charging astronomical prices because they're saying they're organic, but they've been sitting on a truck for 3 weeks. These things drive me nuts. And, I'm just sort of dealing with it a little bit better now. So that's it. That's my review of smoking DMT. If you want to know more about smoking DMT, Joe Rogan, the Fear Factor guy who did MMA, he's actually a really good source. You can look him up on YouTube. He's talked about this on his show. He has a podcast show, and on YouTube a lot. And he's funny about it. He's relatable, but he's a real proponent of, taking medicinal drugs as a way to open your mind to a higher consciousness and something bigger that's out there. Yeah. So, I don't know, dude. Smoke DMT every day.